In the French Alps, a remarkable relationship between a man and a white-tailed eagle is for the first time revealing a deeper understanding of the species, so that captive-bred eagles can be taught everything they need to know to survive in the wild. From teaching them how to fly in dangerous terrain, to teaching them how to catch fish for themselves. This unlikely pairing is not only changing the way we think about birds, but also helping secure the survival of the species from extinction. With a wingspan of almost 2.5 meters, the white-tailed eagle is the largest eagle in Europe. These aerial masters are born with impressive anatomy. Their wings are built to soar on thermals. Their eyesight so sharp they can spot prey on the ground with pinpoint accuracy. And to bring home their target, they have powerful talons, capable of a deadly snatch and grab, whether that be with fish or small mammals. Until recently, scientists believed it would be impossible to teach captive-bred eagles enough skills to successfully hunt and survive on their own. But professional falconer Jacques-Olivier Travers is turning that thinking on its head. He's developed a technique that is starting to show signs that it can be done, that captive-bred eagles can be taught to master the secrets of survival.
If these birds are trained to fish, trained to fly, they have more chance to survive into the wild. After 1 or 2 years, you can have babies in the wild, which is the goal.
White-tailed eagles are skilled hunters. But the hunters became the hunted. Seen as a threat to livestock in Britain and as vermin in France, they were wiped out in both countries by the early 20th century. Now the only white-tailed eagles in France are in aviaries or zoos.
I discovered this bird in a book. I say, wow, I never see this bird, I want to see one. And I have to wait for a long time, more than 20 years, to see my first one. But when I discover this bird, I fall in love with him. And I thought I have to do something for this bird because it disappeared because of us, because we kill all of them.
So Jacques-Olivier decided he needed to do something. But where do you begin? Well, it may seem obvious, but it's with flying. And for a man to teach an eagle how to fly, Jacques-Olivier has to think like an eagle and fly like one, even if that means taking to the air with a paraglider. Flying in captivity is very different to flying in the wild.
A bird who is born in captivity knows how to go from point A to point B, but to use the thermal, to use the wind, to use the mountains, everything, the paraglider is the best thing. I did many big flights from Mont Blanc, to cross the channel between England and France, in Africa, to prove that my birds fly like a wild one.
It seems the eagles not only view Jacques-Olivier as their mentor on the ground, but in the air too. They form a strong bond.
What is amazing, it's the 3-4 weeks when he starts to fly, I'm better than him. But after 1 month, they fly so well that I can't follow them.
A tiny harness camera on their back gives Jacques-Olivier an amazing insight into what it's like to be an eagle.
The first time you're on the back of a bird, you can feel what he feels. Scientists start to think that, okay, we are right, but we can teach a bird to fly and to hunt. And now they start to support us, and we expect that in 1 or 2 years we can do the first real try into the wild to reintroduce adult birds born in captivity, that we teach them to fly and to hunt.
With the basics of wild flight successfully learnt, Jacques-Olivier realized that if he could now just teach his birds how to hunt for fish, the goal of releasing eagles to the wild would be within reach. But that is easier said than done, because eagles learn by imitation, copying how their parents hunt. And it turned out that his captive-bred eagles are frightened of the water.
At the beginning I thought, oh, it's a fish eagle, he would like to go underwater. But no, it's scared by the water because he never seen the water in his life. And I had to teach him that it's not dangerous, that he can go, that the prey are in the water. It's why it's very important to teach them.
So Jacques Olivier started with the basics, using safe, unthreatening environments.
Small pool, bigger pool, lake, and small piece of fish, real fish, live fish. It's different step. It's a sophisticated movement. He have to control his wings movement, his legs movement, talent movement in the same second. It's very quick.
Eventually, the eagles begin to realize what they needed to do in order to get food for themselves.
He can catch live fish in a training pool. But the last step will be live fish in a big lake, because when he knows to do that, he don't need me and he will go back to the wild.
Jacques Olivier's unique bond with his birds is vital for preparing the way for a new life in the wild. But to be sure they can cope with any situation, they have one last lesson to learn before they can be set free: advanced flight. In the toughest part of an eagle's natural habitat, the mountains. Up here, the birds must be able to cope with treacherous strong winds and other extreme weather conditions.